Hello everybody, welcome to Joe Morin for Amityville, Facebook Live. Tonight's version is going to be a lot different than all the other previous versions. We're going to take questions. It's going to be like a live town hall. We're going to take some feedback. Anybody who wants to ask a question can. A lot of them have already been submitted. And we're going to talk about anything and anything anybody wants to talk about. There's no questions that are off the books. Obviously, it's got to be something serious. If you get simple and stupid, then you're not going to get an answer. But if it's something that's truly related to the election, then it's open for discussion, and that's where we're at, and we want to open that up. Now, I want to thank all the people I met today. I had a great day walking the streets of Amityville, going door to door. Again, I met so many nice people, had some great conversations. Special thanks, again, people saying to me, oh, it's cold and windy, do you want to come inside? So that's always great. It gives you 5 minutes to warm up. I wish I would have hit more houses than I did, but the conversations got a little lengthy, which is a good thing. The bad thing is you don't hit as many houses. So many people along the way asked us for signs. People were texting, emailing, asking us for signs. So that was great. The majority of the signs all went out today in one day. They got out. I've been running around trying to keep up with it, but that's a good thing. And it was just, again, so nice to meet so many people and getting so many feedback, because people just are not informed. They don't know what's going on. They don't make village hall meetings. And the good thing was, a couple of people told me that they actually have been watching the village Board of Trustees meetings on Facebook Live. Now, they're also recorded. You can see them on joemorinforamityville.com. You can go back and watch them all you want. Sometimes there were some quality issues with the sound, and I understand that. So people had a lot of questions because they weren't necessarily able to hear what some of the questions were. So it's a good thing. Those meetings are recorded. They're live. Somebody taking a 7 o'clock train who can't get in Amityville for 7:30 village board meeting. People who have kids who you want to babysit, you got to do homework. You can't get a babysitter and can't make the meeting. So again, those meetings are all recorded. They're live, which is a good thing for everybody in the village. It's true transparency. So one of the things that came up several times today was people asking me who Harris Beach was. Harris Beach is a law firm, and their name came up in Monday's board meeting, and I guess maybe the sound wasn't so good, or they couldn't hear what some of the people were talking about, and they're not sure what that is, how it relates to the village, who they are, how it's going on. Now, Harris Beach is a law firm that has been picked by the majority, 3 board members, to represent Amityville going forward when it comes to dealing with like a massive developer to revitalize the village. Now, that's an important position. Having a law firm come in who's going to give you some advice on the do's and the don'ts, what to do, what they've done in other towns, how it's worked, how it hasn't worked. It's a very, very important position. They may talk about parking, how much parking you need, or how high you can put a building, or density, or style. There's a lot of things that will be discussed. But here's the issue. The Village of Amityville board put out an RFQ. Basically, you're requesting quotations from law firms who would be interested to come in Amityville and help develop the revitalization. Now, we got 9 responses. That's a good number. That's a very, very good number, because these companies know Amityville is in desperate need for an upgrade. There's the Brunswick properties out there. There's the downtown property that's out there. So there's a lot of revitalization going on, and maybe they're going to make a lot of money off this too. So we got 9 responses. That's pretty good. If you were an employer and you wanted to hire a new employee and you put a job application out there and you got 1 response, you're kind of stuck. Either you hire that person or you keep searching. Well, we got 9. 9's a good number. But the problem is, we didn't interview all 9. How can that be? This is the most important thing that's going to happen in this village in the next 25 years, to try to get this thing turned around and straightened out. And we didn't review 9 of them. Explain it to me, because I really don't explain it. It's not transparent. At the meeting, Jessica Bernier said that she thought through prior discussions that the board was going to get together and review the top 3 candidates that they felt fell into the top 3 category. You got 9, break it down to 3, now you start doing the interview process. An interview process is important because you're going to find out a lot of information about these companies. Now, without interviewing anybody, without having any other choice, Harris Beach was chosen as the company, the law firm that's going to represent Amityville. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Harris Beach is in some gray, shady situations with the town of Oyster Bay with some legal issues that are coming up. So there may have been better candidates, there may have not been better candidates. Personally, I think the mayor should have recused himself from the vote because in the last election, Harris Beach represented our mayor, our current mayor, at the election. They sent a letter to the village board. I want a copy of it, I'll gladly give it to you, basically stating that they were going to represent him to make sure that the election was fair. So there's a connection there. We didn't interview 9, we picked 1. You can make your own assumptions of why or how, but that is a very, very important decision that was not transparent, was not open, and I do not believe was in the best interests of the village residents. They may be a great company. They could be an outstanding law firm, but maybe there was somebody better, and we just don't know. We just don't know. So it's a question that came up over and over again. People don't know who they were, so if you have more questions, we'll explain it. We'll try to get you the information, but it's important that everyone is aware of what's going on. This is huge. What happens with this revitalization could be 25 years, 50 years, or even much longer term down the road. So it's something that you have to think about when you're making those decisions. People have also asked me, am I promising anybody a job in Village Hall? And the answer is no. I've never had one discussion with one person promising anybody even one job, a remote job, in Village Hall if I got on the board and I could sway the board or control the board or whatever. And I've said, no, I'm truly independent. I'm not looking to help anybody, hurt anybody. Matter of fact, I think those are issues that have hurt us. And I'm going to give you a perfect example. Our previous village clerk